Aaron, how are you? Thanks for stopping by here. What have you been up to?
I'm great, man. Just been hanging out, obviously trying to stay busy. Quarantining at home as everyone is, trying to stay safe. Also trying to work out and stay in shape and be ready to go if the league decides to pick up here.
How you manage to stay in shape from home, and what's the best workout that you'd recommend that somebody could do right from the comfort of their own home?
I'm lucky enough, obviously, to do what I do, and I built a gym in the house here, which has really come in handy during this time. Normally do I need it for the rest of the year since we're at the rink so much, but because I have that now, I'm able to go up there and kind of escape and work out as much as I need to. So whether it's riding the bike or lifting weights in any fashion, I'm able to do that at home. So it's been fairly easy for me to stay in shape. Just trying to stay motivated on that every day, and obviously very easy to thinking that the season could get going at any moment.
And he wants to know what the best advice you've received from Bobby Orr is.
When I always think about it, when talking to Bobby and stuff like that, he's always great just to have a friend, an ear to talk to, especially, when things are going wrong during the season. He'll often come down before games and say hi and give some minor guidance. But back in the day when I was deciding whether to go into the OHL a year early or not, Bobby kind of had some reserves about it, but we also asked him, did you have any regrets doing that at a young age? And he didn't at all, and fully supported the decision to go into the OHL a year early, and it's led me to where I am today. So, one of his big things is passion. He's always said, if you have the passion for it, chase it, and I've been doing that ever since.
And one of the most respected guys in not just hockey, but all of sports. So, a true legend, Bobby Orr. And speaking of advice that you've received, who was your favorite player to watch growing up, and what was it you admired about their style of play? I think I have an idea what direction you might go with this one, but who was it?
Yeah, this question's tried and true. I've the same answer my whole life, ever since I was a little kid. Nicklas Lidstrom, number 5. The reason I wear that number, the reason I'm a defenseman, I think. I mean, I guess that's kind of before I even knew what I was doing. But I loved watching him. To this day, try and be a strong, reliable defensive defenseman that can also provide offensively. And that comes from, what he was as a player and obviously how he was viewed. And when you set your sights that high, obviously it's not always attainable, but him being such a great defenseman, why not model my game off of someone like that?
And you and I grew up, obviously, in the similar region. I mean, our hometowns are basically, separated by a river. Me being from Michigan, you over in Ontario. But because of that, we both saw a lot of Nick Lidstrom growing up, and just one of those guys that could do it all. And another one of those guys that's just always been one of the most respected people in the game. So, kind of goes, without saying, one of those guys that helped probably make you fall in love with the sport too, watching him play.
Yeah, for sure. I remember Vinny Trocheck always saying that the years of Lemieux in Pittsburgh really kind of pushed his generation forward to having some great hockey players. So I think that's obviously a big motivation for a lot of players in the area where I lived, watching those teams in Detroit do so well. And I think that's probably a big reason of why I wanted to be a hockey player so bad. What
was your favorite memory from that 15-16 season and into that playoff
run? My favorite memory, obviously, losing in the playoffs is not a favorite memory. Definitely didn't love that situation. However, learned a lot from it. A lot of great lessons that we could, bring to a playoff run here in the future. Do I have one favorite memory? I mean, it was a fun season. A lot of great players we got to play with. Yogs, Brian Campbell, UC Oakland, all those guys. Just kind of loved having them around, miss them a lot. They taught me a lot. Sean Thornton, still get to see him a lot, but in a different way. He was a big leadership part of that team, and yeah, just different times. A lot different team now.
What artists or songs do you like to listen to for motivation before you hit the ice? Do you have any go-tos?
I'm pretty easy. Not hard to find motivation for me. I love the game and I love working out and stuff like that. So I really enjoy kind of, that part of it. For me, I'll listen to music. I'll watch fishing videos while I work out. I'll listen to podcasts on my way to the rink. It really is more of a time thing rather than something that gets me pumped up. So I'll listen and kind of watch anything, and I love learning new things. So podcasts and stuff like that are a big part of my daily playlist.
If you have a Netflix indulgence or a show you've been watching a lot of during this time, anything new you've discovered, or maybe going with the old standbys?
Well, I'm trying to honestly spend my time doing a lot more than just watching TV. However, there's a few that we've been watching. I'm not sure why I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. And this kind of sounds funny, but we've been watching before bed, like falling asleep to it, cartoons like South Park and Family Guy. It's been sometimes it's just good to have a good laugh. But what do we like to watch? Money Heist. We watched that, and a few others for some reason I can't really think of right now. But what'd you say? Okay. Oh, the Ozarks. Yeah, we've watched a bit of that too. Kind of finished that one. I like that one a lot for sure.
I've heard a lot about that one. South Park's been on a lot lately, and I've done the same thing. Late at night, just kind of flip it on and, get a couple laughs, and they tend to run episode after episode after episode. So what's the best meal that you've made at home here during this time off?
Ooh, the best meal. I honestly, the last couple nights we had, I guess last night, and then about a week ago we had yellowtail snapper.
Wow.
that we caught ourselves out in the ocean. Made it over some chickpea pasta with a little white wine butter sauce and some tomatoes on top, sautéed. It was pretty good.
That's adventurous. That's like restaurant quality.
That's it's my number one right now. It's one of the few things I can cook, but Dana helps me a lot.
And it's fun, and it tastes great. There's a different taste to the seafood when you just pulled it out of the water.
Yep, fresh catch. Yeah, it's truly unreal. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Well, glad to see you're being adventurous there. You're creating some new dishes there. So that's all we've got here. I want to say thanks for stopping by. Is there anything else you want to say to the fans on our way out here?
Stay safe. Stay home when you can, and hopefully things open up soon. And hoping for it just as much as you guys are. Want to get back on the ice and prove what we can do as a team.